I'm Johnny Hawkins.
And I'm Mark, and we're Nothing More.
If you're not in the now, you're in the nothing.
Welcome in the Now family and friends, sitting here with Nothing More at the Aftershock Festival out in California. So tell us, how did it feel coming up on stage earlier today?
Great. It was awesome. The weather was nice. It was really good. We were a little worried at first because there wasn't that many people there. You know, festival is just starting, but then as soon as we started our first song, rush of people. It was great.
Of course.
Awesome.
Of course. How did it feel from your point of view? How did it seem out there? Crowd receiving you well?
Yeah. It was really good. Everybody seemed to feel it. And, we actually received news today that we're going to be playing main stage tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Which is really cool. The guy who puts on the whole festival, Danny Wimmer, saw the whole set, came up and talked to us after the show, and got us a spot tomorrow.
Talk about moving up pretty fast.
Excited, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any faster than that. I mean, some people reserve that main stage for years down the road, but it sounds like you guys already got it going, you know, heading up there.
So we want to give many thanks to the powers that be.
No, of course. So what's beyond this tour? Like, what are you guys doing in the fall and the winter? Where are you guys going from here?
We have a couple dates with Seven Dust coming up in October, and we're actually doing kind of a little headlining thing, just more in our region. We're from San Antonio.
Okay.
So we'll be hitting Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana, and good things are to come. We can't totally speak about the tours that are possibly happening, but we're excited.
Oh, I can imagine. So it sounds like you guys will be staying pretty busy from now
definitely.
till the next year.
Probably the next 2 years, going to be touring quite a bit.
Wow.
But yeah, we don't have specific dates. The one that we do have is New Orleans at House of Blues with Seven Dust and some other stuff back at home, Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma,
I gotcha.
stuff like that.
Wow, it's amazing.
We'll see.
So it's a busy year coming up, and it sounds like you guys, recently signed, right?
No,
not yet.
No, we are independent.
We have some offers on the table.
I like this. All right.
It's an exciting time. So nothing for sure yet. Still independent.
I like that.
We're excited.
So do you find yourselves maybe heading into the studio shortly after this, or do you have some programmed time for studio time? What would fans be able to expect of Nothing More after the live shows? Is there some kind of live album, or an album
release?
Yes, or an EP or something?
That's really a good question. We have a lot of ideas in the works, but really we worked the last 2.5 years on this record, and there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in it. We're really, really proud of it and happy. And up until this point, most people across the nation don't even know who we are yet. So we're going to be putting a lot of our effort over the next 2 years into touring just to establish that national fan base. We've been a big regional act for a while, so now we're taking that next step, trying to cross that line. But we might do a few songs or an EP along the way before the next full length. I don't know. We've been talking about it, but nothing for sure yet.
Well, that makes sense. And being an independent, that gives you so many options. You don't have to tie your hands right now, or if ever. You know what I mean? So that's we'll see. Well, that makes sense. I gotta ask. So, for fans that don't know Nothing More, it's almost improper English to say it that way. But for fans that aren't yet introduced to Nothing More, let's put it that way. How would you describe your sound, your feel, your live show? What would you say to draw some folks in, besides the fact that it's a kick-butt show? We can imagine, but what would you say? How would you reach out to future fans, let alone current fans right now?
Yeah, our sound is kind of a progressive alternative rock sound, and we like to do things a little different when it comes to the live show. If you wanted to listen to a band you like, you put in the CD and they play their songs, and we want it to be something different than that when it comes to the live show, to do a little more. So if you've seen our live show, we kind of have just some crazy sort of Blue Man Group type things we do. So
it's entertainment, though.
Yes, a lot of bands forget that you're on a stage. And we want to give back to our fans and make it worth their while.
That makes perfect sense. So, if I were to ask you who are your influences, who would you say musically, or songwriter-wise, or anyone? I know you get varied answers based on what instrument the band member plays, perhaps,
Right.
So we always like asking that. Who would you say would be, if I were to ask you your top three, almost, or three of?
Britney Spears, probably.
Yeah.
Timberlake.
You heard it here first.
He's actually
You heard it here
awesome.
first.
Really.
We got it. We got the exclusive right here.
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but
It's hard. A big influence of ours is a band called Dredge. They're actually out of California.
Okay.
We really like them. We really like Tool and anything Maynard does, Perfect Circle, all his projects. Deftones always been a big influence. Those would be in the top three. I mean, we listen to so many things. Imogen Heap is a huge influence as well.
of course.
She's like, a lot of people wouldn't peg that on us, but I don't know, man.
It's
a lot
unique
of
though.
stuff.
That says a lot right there. It gives the fans something to think about when you're inspired by certain acts, and they are as well. There's that connection we're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. How about yourself? Who would you say would be your influences?
My favorite band is probably Thrice. So
very nice.
I really love being from California too.
Yeah.
Great band, and their story is really cool.
I got you.
Just the genres that they have gone to, which is crazy and ridiculous. They really just became a different band altogether. But I'm a big lyric guy, and I love Dustin, their singer's lyrics, and how I don't know, just awesome they are.
No, that is awesome. That's so cool. So if I were to ask you guys, say randomly, real quick, what was the last song you heard on your MP3 player, your iPod, or music device, or just doing your sound check?
I know what
and
mine was.
this has no bearing on who just influenced you. And if you say something totally on a tangent, hey, it's okay.
Mine is Blue Jeans by Lana Del Rey.
Oh, right.
Dude, it was a remix though, but
that's
that
so cool.
and Summertime Sadness, man, I can't.
Yeah.
That Born to Die record, I've been jamming that the last
It's a catchy
week.
hook, isn't it? That's what pop music kind of does. it gets in you. It's like you don't want to admit it, but it does. No, I'm with you.
She's good. I don't know, man. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, I guess, but she's real dark and interesting.
Yeah.
At least right now, I'm real into her stuff right now.
I like this.
Katy Perry's another guilty pleasure.
There you
I'm not
go.
gonna
You
lie.
guys are hearing it here.
I have a fiance and all, but we have this agreement. If I get to meet Katy Perry,
I got you. Maybe she can sing at the wedding. Maybe
Maybe.
Instead of you all performing. Instead of nothing more performing at the wedding.
There might be a conflict of interest.
Oh, no. or I'm sorry, a collaboration. I smell it. I smell it here. No. So how about yourself? What was the last song?
Man, I'm
getting
I'm
off
in
an
a-
airplane or
I'm in a real big Peter Gabriel phase. So
very cool.
I'm probably Signal to Noise. I got like his greatest hits or whatever, and
Oh, that's an amazing compilation, isn't it?
yeah, it's really cool. Our drummer said something about hearing a lot of his slower, darker stuff. You can totally see like a Trent Reznor where he got some of his influence, and I don't know, it's really, really cool. I mean, In Your Eyes is such a big pop hit, but it's such a great song.
It is.
It's been fun. I'm normally just make fun of the '80s all the time, and we as a band
That's
just
where your influences come from.
we get silly, and we've been into Toto and lately just for fun. But
That's too cool.
Peter Gabriel is he's the tits.
Oh, that's awesome. You heard it here. Well, fellas, thank you so much for your time. Again, chilling here with Nothing More at Aftershock. You heard it here. These guys got many things coming up in the next year, so look them up. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're all over that stuff. So, again, Nothing More, Shabby, in the now. We'll see ya.